Nobody ever thinks about the life of a Frisbee. People just think we're inanimate objects that are thrown around for their pleasure. Obviously, we don't move around or breathe or have a heartbeat, but that doesn't mean we don't have feelings and aren't alive. Frankly, I believe Frisbees should be considered more alive than some humans. Some people go through life not taking in the things around them, such as nature or other people. Frisbees are extremely aware of their surroundings and appreciate the little things in life. Also, can humans fly through the air? No. But Frisbees can and do very often. Therefore, I believe we win the competition of having better lives than humans, if our lives wouldn't exist without you guys. Frisbees definitely have a lot to thank humans for, but humans need to learn to appreciate us a little more. After all, we provide entertainment and exercise for you. Most of a Frisbee's life is spent in a person's backpack. Being crammed in a backpack isn't that awful when you get used to it. My owner loves to keep me in his backpack along with many of his books and his laptop. Normally that's all he keeps in his backpack, but on the days that he has to dress up for class, he'll shove some tennis shoes and socks in there along with the rest of his things so that he can change them later. The stench is almost unbearable. I swear I've even blacked out from the horrible smell a few times. It's almost impossible to tell since he keeps the backpack zipped and I'm kept in complete darkness anyway. I really wish he would at least keep the bag unzipped so that some of the stench would escape and I wouldn't have to breathe it all in. But I guess I can't complain too much. Some of my friends say that their owners put their tennis shoes along with gym clothes in their backpacks. I always assumed that all the sweat smelled the same, whether it came from tennis shoes or gym clothes, but my friends insist that gym clothes smell worse. I'll just take their word for it. Even though sometimes my owner's backpack can smell terrible, I don't mind being crammed in there that much. One of my closest friends' owners used to keep him in a bag along with lunch she would bring to campus. I used to envy him since he got to sit around with food while I sat in my owner's stench. But one day the bag of food got attacked by ants and the owner just threw the whole bag away, with everything in it. I never heard from my friend again, but I imagine being thrown in the trash while being covered with ants would be terrible. I've appreciated my owner a lot more since hearing about what happened to my friend. I sometimes like being stuffed in his backpack now. When it's just me, his books, and his laptop, I kind of enjoy it. I get to listen to the conversations my owner has with the people he runs into every day and the people he calls on the phone when he thinks he's alone. Let me tell you, my owner is quite a character. He is currently balancing 4 girlfriends, all from different sororities, and one of them is also dating one of his frat brothers. I don't understand why someone would need so many girlfriends, but I'm a Frisbee, so maybe I won't ever be able to. My owner only talks about his love life to his best friend when he thinks they're alone, but he doesn't realize that I'm always near him, just chilling in his backpack, listening to every word. Normally I don't consider myself gossipy, but on the quad when several of my friends and I are being tossed in the air, we need something to talk about. We love to talk about the lives of our owners. We sometimes even compete to see which Frisbee has the most interesting story. I win most of the time. A smaller portion of a Frisbee's life, but the best portion of all, is when we are being tossed in the air. I feel the most alive when I'm finally out of my owner's backpack and he's tossing me around to his friends. Of course, this is the time I get to talk to my friends who are also getting thrown around near me. Sometimes I just like to tune everything out and just focus on the sensation of flying through the air. I love the smell of the fresh air, the feeling of the wind blowing all around me, the warmth of the sun on my surface, the sounds of the birds chirping. It's also peaceful to me. I don't even mind hitting an occasional tree or person walking on the quad. I don't mind landing on the concrete and scuffing my edges. I just focus on the things I love about being in the air and the beautiful Alabama weather. Even though the weather is nice most of the time, it rains very often. Most people don't like playing Frisbee in the rain because it makes the grass muddy and slippery, which means less time for Frisbees to be thrown. I barely know what the rain feels like since I'm never out of the backpack when it's raining. But once my owner took me out of his backpack to make room for something else and carry me through the rain back to his dorm. Even though I loathed the rain for preventing me from being thrown through the air on the quad, the rain felt great on my surface. I had never felt water before, since my owner has never needed to wash me, but I definitely understand my human's wants for being in or near water now. It was cool and wet and soothing. The sensation made me hate the rain less, which I thought could never happen. If my owner ever played with me in the rain, I think it would be the happiest Frisbee on earth. The feeling of the rain hitting me while I'm flying through the air is unimaginable, a sensation I can only dream of. Even though humans are capable of much more than Frisbees are, Frisbees lead a life that most humans are unaware of. Earlier I said that I believe Frisbees should be considered more alive than some humans, but I take this back. I still believe Frisbees are more aware of our surroundings or are more appreciative of the small things around us, but humans live pretty good lives too. I am thankful for my owner because without him, I might just be sitting on a shelf unused somewhere. Without him, I might never have felt what it is like to fly through the air or be carried through the rain. Humans and Frisbees are very different. I shouldn't compete to see which ones have better lives. Without humans, Frisbees wouldn't be around, and without Frisbees, humans would have one less thing to entertain themselves with on the quad. We Frisbees appreciate you humans. Now it's time for you to appreciate us.